So it seems that the market is finally starting to assert itself, at least when it comes to all this gender stuff that we've seen many companies embrace. Here's a headline: Target shares tank. Retailer loses $12 billion over 2 weeks. And their shares are at the lowest they've been since 2020. So whatever gains they've made over the last 3 years, they're gone. And that's something that Target is going to notice, and their investors are going to notice for sure. The retail giant's losses over the past couple of weeks have swelled to $12.4 billion as Backlash grows. And this is, of course, as Backlash grows over its decision to sell Pride merchandise to children. And here you can see there's a t-shirt that says that trans people will always exist. That's on a kid's t-shirt. Parents are obviously walking in and saying, okay, that's enough. I'm not going to get that shirt for my kid, and I don't want to explain it to my kid either. And I really do believe that the vast majority of people don't care what adults do, what other adults do. It's just that when this stuff, the gender theory, gender ideology is being pushed wholesale on kids everywhere, that starts to put up some red flags. And I guess they feel like it's not Target's job to radicalize their kids for them. Let's see what Tim Pool had to say about it.
I don't think conservatives actually boycotted Target. I think regular people got pissed.
Yeah.
So I see two things happening. Bud Light was a boycott. It was high-profile individuals. Then what this guy points out in the New York Mag article is that people boycott, so the media picks it up, so the news spreads, so more people boycott. With Target, I think something was happening before the news even broke. We started seeing these videos pop up of people complaining. Then news broke of Target saying they had confrontations. Well, hold on. There was not enough time to have elapsed in when people on Twitter saw videos and when confrontations could have happened.
Yeah.
I think regular people walked into Target and went, yo, WTF, I got my kids with me. I don't want them seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
Then they filmed videos. Then Target responded.
And so the market is beginning to express its displeasure with what's been happening. I mean, the Bud Light boycott, that was really the first big sign. And you can see, I mean, their sales are down at nearly 30% compared to last year. And that's after they partnered with Dylan Mulvaney, the person who seems honestly more like a parody of a trans person. I just did a video on this at Disneyland. They hired a guy with a mustache to wear a dress and help little girls at the dress shop. Will we see a meaningful boycott of Disney? I mean, I think there might have already been a bit of at least a mini boycott, because a lot of their films seem to be bombing quite badly. Now, Target did move their Pride display, including the Pride material designed for children, to the back of their store. And then that just pissed off all the leftists. So it's looking more and more like, with this stuff, you just can't win. And I think there are two reasons for this stuff, and there's two reasons why it's going to endure. It's going to be hard to get rid of it. One of which is ESG scores. And we won't go too deep into this, but just quickly, how BlackRock made ESG the hottest ticket on Wall Street. And this article is from December 31st, 2021. It says, almost 2 years have passed since Larry Fink, the chief executive officer of BlackRock Inc., declared that a fundamental reshaping of global capitalism was underway, and that his firm would help lead it by making it easier to invest in companies with favorable environmental and social practices. Lately, he's been taking a victory lap. And if, fundamental reshaping of global capitalism gives you pause, well, it should, because nobody asked us, right? But basically, what's going on here is that in order to get investment, you've got to have all the ESG bullshit. That includes all the diversity, inclusion, and equity stuff that you're seeing at Bud Light and Target and Disney. Here, how ESG scores can affect the cost of credit. Companies are exploiting a new type of financial arrangement linked to a strong ESG performance, better interest rates on business loans. So this is one side of it, isn't it? But I think that the other side of it is I think there are genuine cultists in these corporations. I mean, look, the days of working your way up from the mailroom, those are over. You're getting into a management position or you're becoming an executive at one of these companies, you've gone through the indoctrination mill. Your family has spent a lot of money to put you in front of professors that are going to brainwash you into believing all this shit makes sense. So these companies are between a rock and a hard place, aren't they? But in any case, I think the market is starting to assert itself, and it's saying, look, you're going to have to make a choice between your customers, without which you definitely don't exist, or the ESG score, which certainly greases the wheels for you, But if nobody buys your products anymore, it doesn't matter. And there's one more thing I want to address as well. You know, I often see people saying, well, Bud Light's just one of hundreds of brands. There's Modelo and all owned by the same larger company. But you have to consider the fact that they're each actually separate companies with different executives. And those executives have their own lives and they do not want to lose their jobs. They don't want their lives wrecked. And at the end of the day, if you wreck your company, you're going to lose your job. So, I mean, the boycotts will work. They will still work because each brand still wants to preserve itself, even if it's one of many brands that's owned by a larger company. So I guess, keep it up, people. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.